Hello everyone. We're going back to the Clash of Wills, see if we can get a better score. I've been playing around, learning quite a bit. So, as we can see, I did a decent clear on level 81. We're going to try level 91 and see how we go. Our scoring is max damage in one turn. I think that caps out at 2.1 billion, the old cap. Effective attacks, turns to clear, and max chain. What we've learned is to maximize score, you need to kill by turn 5. You also want to avoid using limit burst outside of your big damage turn, and pretty much avoid elements outside of fire and light. Looking at the wiki, she does have a buff. I've heard if you do a lot of light attacks every turn, she might start healing from it, but I'm pretty much only going to do it on the kill turn, or maybe the 2 kill turns if we don't finish in one shot. Alright, so I'm going to try Fight 91. And the bottom 4 modifiers. Pretty much what I have an option for. About another day I can probably EX3 Elena, and then I'll be able to do another modifier. Alright, so team-wise, we have Ling, and she's going to be doing a lot of stuff. So she is our evasion provoker, so full evade and full draw attacks in both forms, and both forms also have Call of the Wild and the Dragon's Brush. So base form max crystals, 700% rate boost there. Killers don't matter, she's not doing any damage in the base form per se. She does have decent dark resist. And shift, we changed her up a little bit just to do some more damage, so she's still full draw attacks, still full evasion, still has both Call of the Wild and the Dragon's Brush. So we got 300 human and 75 fairy for her. She still has 500% rate boost and 12 crystals per turn. Louise, base form doesn't matter too much overall. She's got some auto buffing. I don't think it matters that much overall. Some magic. So I mean, her base form has 300 human, 275 fairy. We'll be doing a little hits here and there for some crystals and limit fill stuff. Her shift form, we're using her as a chainer, and it's just as much magic and killers as we could get. So 300 human, 300 fairy there. Summer Folka and Citra, I don't have many EX3s. They were chosen because light is one of the elements that we can do here, and they're EX3. Base form, just a bunch of spirit, survivability stuff. I mean, they're pretty much going to be buffing up until turn 4, where we prep, and turn 5, they'll do damage. So shift, we got them high spirit and some killers, gave them chain mod to help out a little bit. So, I mean, 75 human and fairy, something. Terra, base form, if we don't one-shot it, has magic and killers, but she has Calamity Border. We're going to be casting that like every turn up until turn 4. So her base form, if we don't one-shot things, 150 human, no fairy. Shift, she's got usual limit focus. So 220 Esper, 300 Evo, 280 limit. Milia is going to cover for us. So she's also going to be a chainer. We can't fully max her out because we're avoiding doing limits outside of our damage turn. But base, we have health, spirit, and resist. And also gave her mechanical heart, so if she does take damage, she'll just heal herself up, no problem. Pretty good resist across the board. And then her shift 4, we changed just a little bit to do a little bit more damage, essentially. So she's got 175 on human killer, no fairy killer. And Elena, so base, attack, magic, and killers. 200 human, 275 fairy. And shift. Gave her some auto buffing and stuff. If it matters or not, we'll see. Alright, let's jump in then. Alright, so turn 1. Terra is going to Calamity Border. Melia is going to put up cover, and we're going to do Wooded Refuge, and that just gives us a few turns of extra defenses. Elena, so we're going to unlock her triple cast, and then we're going to do Refragment, and that's going to cure the element debuffs and give us 100% to all elements. Let's see, before that, Folka and Citra. So this first turn, we are going to water fight for the LB fill rate. And then we're just going to put up blockers for everything. Rippling and Gleaming. And then we have Louise. So with her, we're going to cure the breaks. We're going to reduce fire and do a double blaster. I was hoping a couple more would go to Ling. Alright, so Ling, we're going to enthrall turn 1. We'll boost morale. And then we're going to use her base Magnus. That'll help with her limit a little bit. Alright, so turn 2. We're going to Calamity Border with Terra again. Amelia, we're going to one with the Forest. And Cedar Shield. Elena, we got our triple cast. So we're going to do both her morale fills. And then we're going to use Azure Protection, as we can only use it under 100, I think. Alright, Folka and Citra. So we can put up a barrier. We can do some mana regen. And then I don't know, a buff. See if that raises morale a little bit. Alright, Louise. We're going to do reduce fire and then 3 blaster. Ling. We're going to enthrall again. And just do her shift and Magnus for the modifier. Alright, so Amelia, we're going to redo our cover, and we're going to use her Magnus. Terra, we're going to Calamity Border. Folka and Citra. So we're going to use their Magnus for re-raise, just in case. And then we're just going to put up blockers for everything again. Okay, so that does fill. Yeah, we'll fill. We'll do some morale. Well, break and fill, I guess. Boost morale. And then we'll do moving for even more. Let's see, Louise. Do Fire and Peril. Do the buffs. We will hit up Killers. And we'll do one blaster. And Elena, we're going to do both morale fills. And we over 100, so we unlock the better killer. So we're going to do the better killer. Alright, so turn 4, we're going to get ready. So Terra, we're going to shift and just get her limit set. So burst, fire, barrier is good. Amelia, we're going to shift. Now we're going to do her shifted Magnus for the modifier. And we're also going to do Overgrown, that gives her a good spirit buff and human killer. Let's see, Ling. Yeah, I suppose we could do Ling next. So, we're going to be doing fire, light, and a morale fill. Elena is going to base. So we're going to do her Magnus for the sword break. Then we'll buff, and we're going to boost her light damage, because it's a better boost than what Ling gave. Okay, Ling got some crystals, that's what we were hoping for. Folka. Shift, and we're going to set them up. So that's Burial, Luminosity, and I don't think we can charm it, but I mean, we're just wasting the cast. Yeah, no charm. Alright, Louise last. Alright, so we're going to do Firestarter. We're going to do the Fire and Peril, which also gives her her own fire buff. I'm going to do her Magnus for the big spirit break and fire debuff. And we're going to do the buffs, just because that's a good morale boost. Alright, so this here is going to be our big damage turn. Everything looks good to go. Yeah, I can activate a barrier, but that's all that's ready, unfortunately. Alright, so Ling, she's going to triple Dragon's Bite. Terra is going to Limit Burst. These two are going to just chain Chaos Wave Awakened. So we're just going to do 4 on the Gun and Peril 1. They're going to do 3 Surfs and 1 Big Wave. Amelia is going to do her Bolting. And Elena, we're going to do her Cooldown and then Double Blade. Alright, let's see what kind of score we get here. Yeah, chaining wasn't exactly the best, but we didn't one-shot it, so we're going to take a bunch of damage now. Part of the reason why the re-raise was there earlier. Alright, Terra. We're down to Chaos Wave for you. We can do another Bolting. Vulcan Citra can just chain again as well. Again, 3 Surfs and a Big Wave. See, we'll do 3 Disarming and an Iconic. Suppose we can see what buffs we still have on us. Because I can just Magnus again and base. And we can give some mana back to everybody. Alright, so 2 attack turns. Yeah, so damage far from cap, so it might not be a best score. 365, yeah. Because I don't think we did enough damage in 1 turn. So it wasn't quite a better score. But overall, that works. We just have to figure out doing a little bit more damage. Essentially, you need to figure out what level you can cap out everything, mainly capping out the damage in 1 turn, and then go up from there until you reach your limit, and then just put in your max modifiers, really. But so far, that's what we learned. Didn't get a new high score just yet, but we'll do it again when I get EX3 Elena, like about a day from that or so. But we'll end the video there. Hope everybody enjoyed.